Okay, welcome back to Outer Worlds. I hope you're doing well. I did not
Welcome to the
see here.
Emporium.
Are you the guy I was
Ron.
thinking of? And man, that is still an ugly
Yeah,
hat.
plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a
Yeah,
couple reports I need to follow up on. The
okay.
pipes up on Milton's house
I
burst.
already fixed
Someone
him.
needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat chewed through them, and now they're spitting lightning. Then there's the old guardhouse, outside town on the way to the old Bayside Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there.
Okay, I already did 1 out of 3.
I ought to tell you, most of these systems are routed through one of our terminals. You might be able to handle some of them remotely if you know your way around a computer.
I
We
know how
sent
to
Milton out to check on the comms tower a while ago.
stand
Ain't
around a
heard back.
computer and look at it. Yes.
I'd wager he got 8. Up the hill. It's right on the cliff's edge.
Okay, so we got.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do. And even that ain't a guarantee.
Uh, Probably not good for me that you said that. But, we all have issues and we all have ways that we deal with things. Odd jobs, there it is. Okay, because I remembered him saying one of them was still in town. I knew that there's something about fixing stuff here. I just didn't know where the fuck he was. Oh, that's outside, I think. My bad. Okay. Okay. So now we can just travel back.
A vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all
God,
for
I hate
blind
survival of
fools.
the fittest. It's
Intellect
such a
plays a
fucking
large part in
worthless
who
piece of
stays among the
shit
living.
idea
Glad to
that
hear it.
only a moron would believe in. Oh, only people that are strong enough to survive will survive. That's not how that works.
What are you buying? I'll be damned. Thanks for doing that. Here. Zora sets aside a bit or two for people who help out. Before you ask, no, it ain't pay. Just being generous to folks who do a good turn.
Survival of the fittest is just a scientific way to be an asshole and believe in eugenics. Oh well, no, it's just from nature. Only the strongest survive. No, that's not how that fucking works. That's like saying only evolutionary. That'd be like saying
Southward.
evolution is
Off the road
always
and down this slope.
good and
We've got a decent trek ahead of us.
knows what it's doing. No, just shit happens. It's just
I'm just saying, if we did need to dispose of a body, this would be a good spot for it.
I hear acid baths are all...
Trouble incoming, Captain.
It's always a way for people to say that certain people don't deserve to live and should just be left
Don't mess with
alone
us.
to die up. If you live long enough, you're gonna become disabled, whether that's from injury,
Want to try me?
genetics,
That's one down.
or age.
Everyone all right?
And someone's gonna look at you and think that you don't deserve to live. Because after all, survival of the fittest. So, yeah, I wouldn't exactly be too yay survival of the fittest when someone's gonna one day look at you and think the same damn thing. Also, I'm not taking advance advice, not advance, from a cousin fucker, aka Charles Darwin. Oh, you gotta be careful and look at genetics. Keeping a close eye on those genetics, cousin fucker.
Covering you!
Oh, I just tried to kill the vicar. That's fine. I don't care. If it was Pravati, I'd feel bad. It's just a vicar.
And that's how it's done, Captain.
Thank you. I didn't know that I didn't know how it was done.
Fallbrook's on the other side of the bridge there if you need a drink. We're only halfway to the mountain, so might consider stopping in.
As I'm walking to the door, you might want to consider stopping in.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Okay.
No reservation, no problem. Day trippers are always welcome in our saloon. Straight back and to the right. If you hit the falls, you've gone too far.
Okay, thank you.
Check in with Ms. Malin. She'll set you straight.
Oh my god, she
I am here
the
to
straight
anticipate and
conversion camp?
facilitate your
Damn.
needs, patron.
I didn't know bigotry was here like that.
You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? Oh, that sounds ominous. Yeah.
It
Ms.
does sound
Malin,
ominous.
got a wit. She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon.
Okay, thank you.
Word to the wise, Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
You know, some animals don't have tails. My old dog didn't have a tail. But I'm assuming you mean a human being. You could have just said she was skinning people. Bye.
Time for a round of whist. Or a round of whiskey. Or both.
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever
It
seen
is a beautiful
someone so
one.
adept
The eye
looking in
looked
my whole
amazing.
life.
Watch yourself, Captain. This guy's got eyes like a sprat set on stealing.
Speaking of
your dinner.
eyes, did you see their eyes earlier?
Wanda,
They were like
come on.
glowing at me.
All I mean is, well, rather that, you don't seem like the usual pigeons we pluck. No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme? Wink, wink. Don't believe I did. No? Wink. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by
Yeah.
swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats. Too right you are. Only problem is my sprat carriers ain't arrived from their latest run. As I was saying, you look more capable than most of the hoople heads around these parts. What say you locate him and retrieve the goods for me? In return, I'll cut you 5% of the profit. Well, my ma always did say, you want any dealing done right, you got...
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not see I'm walking here? Physically, you mean? In my mind, I have traveled galaxies. Well, it is of no consequence, I assure you. I shall embark shortly with my legs.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him was, stars. I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
It was his team running that drop? Sure puts things into perspective.
You don't look like a smuggler nor a dandy. Catherine sends you back here? On second thought, it's best if I don't know. What's your order? No, I don't have any... Ugh. If it's only a drink you're after, the full bar's upstairs. This here's the ante up, where you place your bets. Tossball, autoloader races, card games, you name it. I ain't picky. And neither is Catherine. We'll both break your legs if you lose, then shirk on paying.
Uh-huh. You blind, little bird? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Sorry to trouble you, Ms. Malin. I understand you're a terribly important figure in these parts. Perhaps you could point me to a man by the name of Reginald Cheney.
That sprat shit better not have brought trouble into my town. He's a long-term renter. Easily replaceable. Check his domicile. Whatever happens, I don't fucking care. Just keep the mess from staining my little nugget of paradise, and we'll be grand. You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well? I'm half listening. Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia. Special as in unlawful, delicate, and deadly. As to the something, no, it ain't a person. Not this time. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe. I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with manties. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system? I shall leave the details to you. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills, or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead. Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course. Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that. Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid fucker who's gonna get it for me. If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do. Then I'd say you might care to poison the cystypigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery. It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the Dry Goods and Sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story? Let me just stop you right there, stranger. My question, it's not one I really want an answer to. Not unless it accompanies some extra bits. Understand? More than you can afford at this time.
Clever, ruthless. I like her.
Hungry? I'm famished myself. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on. Not so fast. My biometric IDs are special goods, only on offer to special clients. You cotton? If some other time means during my business hours of elsewise, you ought to know I keep a guard sprat named Banshee, and she's real mean.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper. This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy. I couldn't risk you not bringing me here.
It sounds like you have things to work out between you. I'll just be on my way.
Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better. Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
I don't think so. A crazed hermit on Scylla? He's playing us for fools.
It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway. Are you free to talk? I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm. You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness. Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward. You never asked. Well, you didn't, but fine. Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bokonu journal.
Can I help you? Don't think we've spoken before. I would remember. You look, well, I wouldn't forget what you're wearing, no. Most of the freshies spend their first day in the saloon. Fresh to Fallbrook, I mean. Me? I've been here going on 3 days now. I'm real friendly. Figure I've talked up everyone in town by now. But not you yet. Then I'd like to answer it. If I can, that is. Look for the horns and you can't miss it. Even I saw them when we flew overhead. My pleasure. Ah, you wouldn't have heard of them. They're just a small pot of smugglers. Kept getting their spoils stolen when they went to fence them. So they hired on a merc. They didn't mind my being so talkative, or them being my first protection gig. Captain Criley, he does ask me to shut it sometimes. In fact, I probably shouldn't be flapping my gums about his crew at all. Right then. Very well.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Oh, they are.
So that puddle I stepped in? That wasn't beer.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him was...
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly. I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
We've got trouble!
Nice shot, Captain! Nice one!
That's the last of them. I smite you in the name of the law! Nice, that one's done for!
Yeah, that's how we fucking do it!
Nyoka! You're a sight right now, I'll tell you what. We are up a creek.
I bet. You really come this far north for a printing press?
Yeah, I know, but that's the mission. Don't suppose y'all are busy right now. Thank the Eternal. We could use a hand. But we can't leave without patching these guys up. Acker here is bleeding out and Jensen can't see straight. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got separated. We ain't seen him in a couple of hours. Yeah, on account of giving him the order. He's searching the old settlement to the north of the press.
Here we go! Down they go!
I'll take your confession now!
Nailed it, Cat.
Nice one!
Talk to me.
Any luck out there? Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing. Thanks. We'll head out as soon as we're patched up.
Oh, good. A fight. The strong survive and the weak perish.
Covering you!
Get it off! Get it off!
That was a shot!
Oh! Get it off! Get it off!
Gotta find a hole in the arm!
Show them how it's done! Everyone all right?
To shreds, you say? Nice hit!
Don't mess with us! This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
And you're unshut-upable.
Well met, Captain. What do you need? I don't much want to talk about. Well met, Cap. She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time? You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the Captain how grateful we are, Tuk-Tuk.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right? What a sour thing to say. My little boy will always need me. I'm his mama, you know.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long talk.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save. But it's more than worth it to have my Tuk-Tuk home safe again.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one?